Welcome to our kindergarten play for Martin Luther King Day and Rosa Parks. We'd like to start with a moment of silence. We're going to start by singing a couple of songs. The first one is the hammer song. So for sign language, you take your your plank and you make your hammer like this. And, okay. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out justice, I'd hammer out freedom, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Ooh, I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out justice, I'd ring out freedom, I'd ring out the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out justice, I'd sing out freedom, I'd sing out the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Ooh. Well, I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell to ring, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's the song about the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. We're going to do one more song and please sing along. It's the Down by the Riverside, Study No More, No More. Gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. We're gonna shake hands. Gonna shake hands around the world, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna shake hands around the world, down by the riverside. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war we're going to tell you the true story of a person named
Rosa Parks.
Raise your hand if you know this story. You know the story? Okay, thank you. Put your hand down. Raise your hand if you were in a Rosa Parks play when you were in kindergarten. Oh, lots of people. Lots of people. Okay, thank you. So, yeah, you're in it. So, this story is not the only story. We tell this story every year because it's an example of somebody who stood up to something that was not right and it did it in a peaceful way. But it's not the only one. There was a 15-year-old girl named Claudette Colvin who did this about 9 months before Rosa Parks. But it didn't spark the bus boycott. It didn't spark the big change. And so we tell the Rosa Parks story because a big change happened afterwards. Okay. So, this story happened a long time ago. In 1955 in Montgomery, Alabama, when Adrian was how old?
5 years old.
At this time, there was a bus law that said that people with dark skin had to sit where?
At the back.
And people with light skins could sit where?
At the front.
If there's no space, then a person with dark skin had to get out of their seat. Was this law fair?
No.
So this is the story of how people work together to change this law. Yeah. On this day, people were getting on the bus, and we're going to sing as we get on the bus. We sing, Rosa Parks got on the bus, freedom. Sing along if you know it. Freedom.
Rosa Parks got on the bus, freedom on the way. Rosa Parks got on the bus, she sat in front and made a fuss. Freedom, freedom on the way. Driver said, go sit in back. Freedom, freedom. Driver said, go sit in back. Freedom on the way.
The driver said, go sit in back, 'cause that's the law, your skin is black.
Freedom, freedom on the way.
Rosa Parks, she showed no fear.
Freedom, freedom. Rosa Parks, she showed no fear. Freedom on the way.
Rosa Parks, she showed no fear. My feet hurt and I'll stay in here.
Freedom, freedom on the way.
Police put Rosa Parks in jail.
Freedom, freedom.
Police put
Rosa Parks in jail. Freedom on the way.
Police put Rosa Parks in jail. Dr. King, he helped to pay her bail.
Freedom, freedom on the way.
The bus rode empty for a year.
The bus rode empty for a year. Freedom, freedom. The bus rode empty for a year. Freedom on the way.
The bus rode
Empty for a year. The people walked and made it clear. Freedom, freedom on the
The
way.
people won their fight because
The people won their fight because freedom, freedom. The people won their fight because freedom on the way.
the
People
people
won their fight because they made Montgomery change their laws. Freedom, freedom on the way.
So when Rosa Parks got on the bus.
So when Rosa Parks got on that bus, freedom, freedom. When Rosa Parks got on that bus, freedom on the way. When Rosa Parks got on that bus, she paved the way for all of us. Freedom, freedom on the way.
All right. Rosa Parks, hi. How are you doing? Good? Yeah? How are you feeling? Your feet hurt? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So Rosa Parks is coming home after a long day of work. And then another person got on the bus, and this person happened to have light skin, and they needed a seat. And they looked and they saw there was no seat. No,
Now my feet hold and I'm saying heel. Now all the police, you may do that.
So the person went to the bus drivers.
Rosa Parks not getting out of her seat. Hello? Please, ring. Ring, ring. Rosa Parks is not getting out of her seat. Okay, be right there.
So the police officers came over.
Because my feet hold and I'm saying heel. There's lots on heel. Why do you put those around so much? What? I don't know what the laws are. They have to come with us.
Okay, so she went with them to the police station. And when she was there, she called her friend, Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King? What? I didn't listen to the law. Okay, we will be right there. Okay.
Martin Luther King and some freedom workers came over to the police station. They brought some money with them to pay the bail. And then they went with Rosa Parks back to their office. They had a meeting.
What can we do? The law is not fair. I will report on it. We should have the bus boycott. Don't ride the buses. Don't ride the buses. Don't ride the buses.
Everyone came and had a bus boycott, which means they didn't have it. Don't ride the buses. Don't ride the buses. The buses. And they stood together and they sang together. We shall not be moved. You can sing with us too. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Black and white together.
Black
and white together. We shall not be moved. Black and white together. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Young and old. Young and old together. We shall not be moved. Young and old together. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Girls and boys. Girls and boys together, we shall not be moved. Girls and boys together, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Teachers and kids. Teachers and kids together, we shall not be moved. Teachers and kids together, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. For 381 days, more than a year, nobody rode buses in Montgomery. They walked, they carpooled, they biked, but they didn't ride buses. After 381 days,
The law is changed.
and everyone can sit wherever they want.
Yay!
a question? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, if there's enough room, you can sit wherever they want. Is that what you're saying?
She's saying if they sat together in the front, there would be enough.
Yeah, they could sit together. Yeah.
You have enough room for all the people.
Maya.
Yeah, Maya.
So, did no one go on the bus, or were there still some people who did?
Well, I think if you want to hear more details of the Rosa Parks story, I would really encourage you to talk to your teachers about it, because this is a very simplified version of the story. So you could go and talk about that. People did ride the bus a little bit, but mostly it was not riding. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because the rules were not fair.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Indira. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Montgomery buses who refused to give up their seats to a white person and were arrested. Their names are not as well known, but their work is equally important to bringing equality to the bus system. Claudette Colvin was the first person to refuse to give up her seat to a white person. She was arrested and was sent to an adult jail even though she was only 15 years old at the time. Luckily, her family was able to bail her out that same day. This was 9 months before Rosa Parks did the same thing. Mary Louise Smith was the second. She was 18 years old when she refused to give up her seat on the Montgomery bus, 40 days before Rosa Parks. A year later, these two young activists testified in the court case to end segregated buses. They helped win the case for equality. The civil rights movement was looking for the perfect person to organize the Montgomery bus boycott. Ultimately, they decided this would be Rosa Parks. One of the reasons they didn't choose Claudette Colvin or Mary Louise Smith is because they were teenagers. Claudette Colvin said, "I feel proud of what I did. I do feel like what I did was a spark and it caught on." Colvin admires Rosa Parks and says that a self-encouraged adult of 42 made a better symbol of a boycott than a youth of 15 would have. Claudette was friends with Rosa Parks and even spent the night at her house. Claudette Colvin and Mary Louise Smith are mostly forgotten for their civil rights, activism, and bravery. Rosa Parks passed away 14 years ago, but Claudette Colvin and Mary Louise Smith are still alive. Claudette is now 79 years old and Mary is 82. When you think about Rosa Parks, don't forget Claudette Colvin and Mary Louise Smith.